Scorpio, December 2025 opens with a whisper that feels almost too precise to ignore. You may not be able to explain it yet, but something in your instincts sharpens the moment the month begins, a knowing, a shift in the atmosphere, the sense that a hidden door is about to unlock. For you, this isn't imagination. It's the start of a month built on revelation, restoration, and the quiet return of your personal power. As December settles in, the energy around you grows mysteriously calm, like the stillness right before something significant turns in your favor. You're not rushing. You're observing. And the more you observe, the more you realize that something you thought was lost, a resource, a connection, a direction, is slowly circling back toward you. This month doesn't shout your name. It approaches quietly, inviting you to step into a space that feels more aligned with your true nature. Emotionally, December unwraps layers you haven't touched in a long time. Not in a dramatic way, in a liberating one. You begin to detach from old emotional debts, old resentments, old expectations placed on you by others. And as you release them, something remarkable happens. Your energy becomes lighter, sharper, more intentional. You stop carrying weight that wasn't yours to begin with. You stop bargaining with your own desires. December asks you to choose yourself in ways you postponed all year. At the same time, a deeply Scorpio theme rises to the surface: financial renewal. This month is threaded with opportunities linked to shared resources, reimbursements, past efforts finally paying off, or a deal that seemed stalled coming back to life with new potential. You may receive news about money that was delayed, withheld, or uncertain, and it arrives not as a surprise, but as confirmation of what your intuition had been telling you all along. December is not random for you, it's karmic. But beneath all of this, there is a whisper of caution. December tests your discernment, the ability to see what's real beneath the surface. People around you may suddenly reveal motives, feelings, or intentions you didn't expect. Not all of it is negative, some of it is profoundly honest, but it shifts your understanding. You see someone more clearly. You understand something about yourself more deeply. And this clarity becomes the anchor of your month. In relationships, you're drawn toward sincerity and away from emotional noise. If a connection has depth, December strengthens it. If it was held together by assumptions, illusions, or old wounds, that becomes obvious too. You crave intimacy, but not the chaotic kind. You want someone who meets you with honesty, presence, and equal emotional weight. And if you're single, a potent energy enters your orbit, someone either from your past or someone with a magnetic familiarity you can't quite explain. And all the while, a quiet transformation begins to unfold beneath the surface of your days, subtle, but powerful. Something is preparing to shift for you, Scorpio. And December is only beginning to reveal its outline. As the first days of December unfold, your attention sharpens around practical matters you may have been avoiding: financial arrangements, shared obligations, unfinished negotiations, or something that requires your signature or decision. But the surprising part is this: you don't feel pressured. Instead, you feel capable. December hands you back a sense of control that you thought had slipped away earlier in the year. The power dynamic shifts, and quietly, decisively, it shifts toward you. There is also a distinct theme of recovery this month, not just emotional, but physical and energetic. Something in your system begins to heal. You might sleep better, feel clearer, or regain focus you thought you'd lost. It's not sudden, it's gradual, like strength returning after a long winter. There's a steadiness in you that others can feel, even if you don't talk about it. You're rebuilding from the inside out. In your relationships, a deepening begins. Someone may step forward with more emotional truth, more vulnerability, or more consistency than before. This isn't casual energy, this is someone showing you they are willing to meet you at your depth. For some Scorpios, this may feel like a long-awaited shift in a partnership. For others, it reveals who is truly aligned with your energy and who isn't. But the clarity doesn't break you. It liberates you. If you're single, December brings an intriguing presence, someone who approaches you with a mix of calm curiosity and intensity that feels strangely familiar. This connection is not loud. It's not rushed. But it carries weight. You might feel an inner recognition, as if you've met them in another chapter of your life. Whether it becomes something more or remains a meaningful encounter, it changes your perspective on what kind of connection you truly want. Career-wise, December has an unusual rhythm for you. Instead of pushing for results, you start receiving them. Someone acknowledges your effort. A project that struggled earlier suddenly opens up. You may gain information that shifts your strategy, or an opportunity emerges from a direction you didn't expect. This isn't luck, it's timing aligning with your preparation. You also become more aware of what drains you. A responsibility, a dynamic at work, or a task that once felt manageable may now feel heavy and outdated. December nudges you to reconsider how much of your energy goes where. This isn't about quitting, it's about recalibrating. Choosing what moves you forward and what pulls you backward. But one of the most striking themes of the month is intuition that becomes undeniable. You sense things before they happen. You read between the lines with precision. You may notice signs, synchronicities, or sudden clarity that feels almost like guidance. For Scorpio, this is natural, but in December, it becomes stronger, sharper, more consistent. You are not imagining it. Something is aligning. And as the middle of the month approaches, a subtle tension builds, not negative, but anticipatory. It feels like something is forming beneath the surface, drawing closer, preparing to reveal itself. You can feel it, even if you cannot yet name it. Mid-December arrives with a shift you can feel in your body before you can put it into words. You may wake one morning sensing that something has moved, internally or externally, and you're right. This is the point in the month where the deeper storyline begins to surface. December stops being subtle. It becomes intentional. One of the strongest themes here is redistribution of power. Somewhere in your life, in work, finances, or relationships, the dynamics change. Not because you force them, but because truth rises to the surface, and truth always rearranges the landscape. You may discover information that changes your understanding of a situation. A conversation may reveal what someone truly wants or fears. A financial matter that felt stuck may suddenly unlock, giving you more choice, more leverage. And you, Scorpio, handle this shift with quiet strength. You don't react. You respond. You move deliberately, with a kind of razor-sharp emotional clarity that only you possess. It becomes obvious to others, and maybe even to yourself, that you're stepping into a stronger version of who you are. This is also a month where emotional debts are balanced. You may receive closure you thought you'd never get. You may find yourself released from a situation that drained you for far too long. Or you may finally understand why something earlier this year didn't work out, and see that it protected you from a path that was never meant for you. December is karmic for you in the quietest, most elegant way. In relationships, this is where intensity deepens. Someone's authenticity draws you in. Someone's inconsistency pushes you away. You are no longer available for emotional half-measures, and the universe seems to agree. Interactions become more honest, more revealing. Past misunderstandings begin to dissolve. For some Scorpios, a long-standing emotional knot loosens. For others, a connection accelerates with surprising emotional force. If you're single, this period carries a magnetic pull, an energy that makes you harder to overlook. Someone may confess something, initiate a vulnerable conversation, or show interest you didn't expect. There is a sense of fated timing around encounters now, as if the universe is orchestrating moments with intentional precision. Professionally, the second half of December illuminates something important: your worth. You may see it reflected in an offer, a request for your expertise, or a result of the work you've done quietly behind the scenes. Even if the month doesn't bring external rewards immediately, it brings clarity, the kind that shapes your 2026. You begin to sense your direction with greater certainty, and that certainty becomes a powerful motivator. Energy-wise, this is where December intensifies. You feel more awake, more tuned in, more instinctively guided. You aren't drained, you're alert, focused, aligned. There's a determination rising in you that has nothing to do with ambition and everything to do with truth. You're stepping into a version of yourself that feels unfiltered and unafraid. And then, almost imperceptibly, the build-up peaks. The air around you changes again, not with anxiety, but with anticipation. Something significant is approaching, and unlike earlier in the month, you can now sense its shape. A realization. A decision. A meeting. A message. A release. A beginning. Whatever it is, it's getting closer. As December enters its final days, the energy around you begins to crystallize. What the month has been slowly building toward now steps into the light, clear, undeniable, impossible to ignore. For you, Scorpio, this isn't just a moment. It's a pivot. A shift in trajectory. A realization that quietly changes the way you move into the new year. Between December 26th and 30th, something important reveals itself. It may be a piece of information, a financial update, a conversation, an emotional confession, or a sudden wave of clarity that sweeps through you with unmistakable truth. Whatever form it takes, this moment brings one thing: alignment. You finally see the pattern, the intention, the meaning behind something that has been unfolding all year, even the parts that felt uncertain or frustrating. This insight doesn't overwhelm you. It steadies you. You understand where your energy must go now. What to invest in. What to release. Who stands with you. Who stands in their own shadow. You're no longer guessing. You're moving from instinct, from clarity, from a deeper place of knowing that only Scorpio can access with such precision. In relationships, the end of December brings honesty, not the dramatic kind, but the liberating kind. A truth is spoken. A boundary is respected. A connection either deepens or dissolves, but either way, you feel relief instead of tension. If you're in a partnership, there's a moment of mutual understanding that strengthens your foundation. If you're single, a quiet spark or moment of recognition may mark the beginning of something meaningful in the coming months. Professionally, the final stretch of December offers closure, finishing a task, settling a matter, or receiving validation for something you've been steadily working on behind the scenes. It's not the grand finale of the year, it's the clearing of space. You end the month with a sense of readiness, as though all the noise has fallen away and only the essential remains. Financially, this period brings clarity and potential forward movement. Something that was pending, a payment, a decision, a resolution, begins to move. Even if the full result comes in January, the direction becomes unmistakable. You understand exactly what to expect and how to plan. Energetically, the end of December feels powerful for you. Not loud. Not chaotic. Powerful in the quiet, grounded, deeply anchored way that is fundamentally Scorpio. You feel connected to yourself, to your direction, to your inner compass. The transformation you underwent this month, even if subtle on the outside, changed something in your core. You step into the new year not as who you were in early 2025, but as who you were always meant to become. And as the month closes, December leaves you with a message. What rises now is aligned with your truth. What falls away was never meant to stay. If this reading resonated with you, Scorpio, I would love to hear your reflections in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more monthly forecasts. Your path is shifting in powerful ways, and they'll be here to guide you through every step.